My name is Volker. I am product manager here in the US for the last 8 years. Earlier, I was working in Europe. Some of you might know me. I just want to show the migration utility. As Alex was mentioning, Golden Gate Classic is deprecated at the time, and it becomes de-supported in Golden Gate 23.3. So we want to provide easy utility for this migration purpose, and we come up with one example, one utility that I will show in this example. So if we're talking about this utility, it's pretty straightforward. We migrate the extracts and replicates from the classic deployment to the microservice deployment. As a prerequisite, we have already created the microservice deployment, but there are no extracts and replicates at the very beginning. So this utility migrates those over, and we don't touch the database. As earlier mentioned, extracts and replicates, they remain the same. So this is just on the layer of Golden Gate. What we have to do is that we have to convert the pumps, because in the classic architecture, we were using with the secondary extracts or pumps, and now we have the disk path between the distribution and receiving server. And we also have 3 different protocols for this. So the legacy OGG protocol, which the one that we are using as the pump. We are using the WS or the secure WebSocket protocol, or the secure WebSocket WSS protocol. And then, of course, there are some other little things that we also have to migrate: the checkpoint files, the user ID aliases, etc. And this is something that the utility also is aware of. As I've mentioned earlier, the process is very simple. So first of all, we are creating the new microservice deployment. This is just kind of the infrastructure. As mentioned earlier, there are no extracts, replicates at the time. These are the processes that we want to migrate over the disk path. Next step is that we are stopping the processes in the classic deployment. Then there's a magic moment where we are using this interactive migration utility, which is a Java program. And what we are doing is that we are using the OGG protocol for the new disk path. And it might be that you want, or most likely even, you want to change this disk path using the appropriate protocol. So at the very beginning, we don't know which kind of a deployment you will have. So for this reason, we choose the OGG protocol, the legacy protocol, and you can migrate, or you can recreate this path using the secure or the non-secure WebSocket protocol, WS or WSS. Yes, and afterwards you're just starting extracts, replicates, and the distribution service, or distribution path. I'll just bring it as an example. Let me switch to my environment. You see now that I have my Linux environment here with 3 different windows. On the microservices, you see that there is a pure new created environment. I only have the services running, no extracts and replicates. At the time I have running my extracts and replicates, I just make see that data is coming across for my environment. And then I have, let me go here. I have one directory I was just taking the name of the patch in which this utility is provided. And when I'm unzipping this patch, I get all this information. So we have the documentation for the migration utility, and the magic program here is the OGG migration jar file. So let me stop the classic architecture first. I'm stopping the processes. Takes a couple of seconds, as usual. So the pump is already stopped. Okay, now all processes are down. I'm stopping the manager process. So now I see that all processes are down. And now I turn over to the migration utility. In the migration utility, I have the option with the -help to see what kind of options I have. So we definitely have to address the classic home, that is the classic environment of Golden Gate that we want to migrate. We might use a debug option if you want to have additional logging. So this file creates a log file, but if you want to have more debug information, you could do it. What you also could do is something like a dry run, which is more like a simulation of your migration to see if it is working or if it's not working. So let's start a migration right now. So as I have mentioned earlier, we have to address the classic home. So this is the path of my classic home environment. And what happens now is that I'm asked for my credentials to log into my new GG, to my Golden Gate microservice environment. So if you're connecting to your Golden Gate microservice environment, you have the Golden Gate microservice administrator. In my case, it is a GGMA with a password. And then it looks into the old environment, into the classic environment, and diagnoses what kind of processes do you have. So we see the extract from the north side, we see the replicate from the south side, and the pump from the north to the south. And the question now is, do we want to migrate it? Yes, we want to do it. So this is done automatically. We will be asked for the protocol. As earlier mentioned, we're using the lowest protocol because it fits everywhere, the OGG protocol. We will migrate this over. We have the globals as well that we want to migrate. Yes, we want. And then we see at the very end that the migration utility is successfully migrated. So if you're now looking into the environment here in for all, there are no processes anymore. Let me check here. And we see also that the checkpoints from the classic environment, we just have an extension that those have been migrated. If we are going now into the microservice architecture, so I'm just going to the next tab with microservices. Now we see that all processes are here. The extract and replicate, they are stopped. We also have the disk path. So the disk path is all stopped, so we can start those processes. Yeah, I like these admin client because it's very similar to the GGSCI, and also for this kind of migration, it's closest to it. So this is easiest. Info all. See, so we are info this path or info this path. This is the new name of it. And we see that this is also from the protocol that we're using, the OGG protocol. We could also use for these microservices in the web UI. I mean, if you're using admin client or web UI behind it, we are using the REST code. So you could even theoretically use the REST code itself. So you see this migration here, this was a very pretty fast step. It's quick and easy. And again, you can also get more information if you want to have a look into the log file, if you want to do debugging, etc. Let me go back to the presentation. So what we did now was that we run this migration utility. Now we have to change the protocol. Let me go to the protocol side here. So the protocol that we have was originally the OGG protocol. What we're doing right now is that we are just switching to the distribution path for the target environment. So my environment that I was using right now, as you can see in here, was a hub model. So I had all my environments in a hub. There might also be the situations that your source and your target target systems are different. So it might be that your target is a classic deployment and you're migrating your source system from classic to microservices. Could be the opposite as well. So depending on this, you will use the appropriate protocols. So first of all, the OGG protocol, but then you might want to, as an option, to recreate the path using the W or WSS protocol. And such an example of this protocol, of this change of the disk path is that we see here the path that we have at the time. We are stopping and deleting the path, and then we are just recreating the disk path new. We are altering the disk path from the point where we have stopped the earlier disk path, and then we are starting the new disk path in here. So as I've mentioned, you see the information. It's available as a patch, so you can go to my Oracle support and download this patch. It's a 33565581. And it contains also additional information, guidance, how to work with it.